Well, it wasn't a perfect start, but it's not the worst thing in the world. All right.
We're up.
All right. I mean, it's not like I do this. It's not like I do this professionally. Everybody. Oh.
So we're here to draft Rivals of Ixalan. We want dinosaurs. Apologies for the last time. I had a couple of complaints from people who watched the video. No, I don't look at the camera because I'm generally focused at our actual game monitor here. I apologize. I'm going to try to address that. I'm really not good at it. Sorry, not sorry.
So with that said and done, clear the table, shuffle your decks, and roll for initiative, buddies. We're riding into Dinoland. That's probably gonna go down as one of my better intros.
There will be dinosaurs. They might not be our dinosaurs, but there will be dinosaurs.
I mean, we're either going to be dinosaurs or merfolk for the most part, or pirates.
Vampires is actually pretty strong in this limited environment.
Is it?
Absolutely. White-black is actually kind of one of the strong archetypes. And let's see what Pack 1 has for us. Well, Storm the Waltz is actual garbage.
What do we got?
This card's probably fine. Like, that's what I like right now. This 3-drop 2/2 that can't die in combat.
Ooh.
Enters the battlefield. That's cool if we actually end up in vampires, but so far we're not, in vampires. Of course not. This is Pack 1. This is a merfolk. This makes an unblockable merfolk.
They have
hexproof. Or, I'm sorry. That is not unblockable. It just has hexproof. Enters the battlefield. A merfolk you control gains hexproof. The Everdawn champion right now, seeing nothing else is the easiest pick. White is a really strong color. Unfortunately, this is double white. I don't know. This is a 2-power 1/1, right? This is a 2-power 1/1, or a 2-power 1-drop. That's also just fine.
Do we want to try and just build pirates this first one?
I mean, this black card... but I know how strong Everdawn champion is from watching a few other drafts. Disclaimer, I have watched a few other people draft this. I think I'm just going to take the Everdawn champion here, and if we don't end up in white, at least we have
we can still do humans.
Snubhorn Sentry, you say. So this is how they make Wild Nicodle now.
Is it?
This
City's
is
Blessing.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing. You cannot lose the City's Blessing once you gain it. So if you have the City's Blessing, this guy is a 1-mana 3/3. That's great. This halts early aggression. Impale is great removal, which is kind of hard to come by in this format.
Being Eternal players, that's kind of sad when we have to say a 4-mana kill spell is good removal.
At sorcery speed.
Yeah. What about our Dino Boy right there? The green-red.
Raging Regisaur? This is, not one of the better dinosaurs you want. The really good dino deck is actually red-white. It's this guy and a bunch of other really aggressive things. This dude's probably fine. I think I just want Snubhorn Sentry here.
Okay.
The other one I could see is taking Impale, but so far, white seems okay.
So...
hey,
there's another
Everdawn
one.
champion round 2. Legion Conquistador is great if we pick up some other vampires. I think we could actually take this other Snubhorn Sentry.
Just kind of
and then just try because then we can try to push into this guy. Yeah.
Just play White X Dino Squad.
Potentially, or end up in vampires or something like this. This second Snubhorn Sentry feels pretty alright. Again, Legion Conquistador would be great if we saw a ton of vampire stuff going around. I haven't. Everdawn Champion, again, pretty cool, but I'd like to... If we're going to play this one, I want a kind of aggressive curve, and in that same deck, I'd rather have the Snubhorn Sentry.
Yeah, we're not going to go after, the sun-crested Dino.
Hey, doesn't untap during your own tap step when you gain... So this guy is great in the vampire deck. Because a lot of the vampires have lifelink, so this guy's actually pretty amazing. Martyr of Dusk. So this is what we get. For those of you who've played for a while, there was a card called Doom Traveler. It is a 1-mana 1/1 for a single white. When it dies, make a 1/1 spirit with flying. This is the new version of that. Martyr of Dusk is a 2-mana 2/1 for 1 and a white. When it dies, make a 1/1 vampire with lifelink. So this guy is actually great in what we're doing. 2 mana, pretty aggressive. I would take Famished Paladin, but if we can't guarantee we turn on Lifelink, like, that's not amazing. I'd rather have this, and then if it dies, like, whatever, we still get this 1/1 with Lifelink.
Yeah, let's
So
go.
I think Martyr of Dusk is the card we take here.
So we're doing, like, mono white good stuff.
This is a 2 mana 2/2 with Vigilance.
Pretty.
Totally fine. Tillinolly's Crown is also pretty tight here. When it enters the battlefield, deal 1 damage to the creature it's enchanting. That creature gets +3/+0 and has trample. Again, that's great in an aggressive deck. Sea Red is pretty nice too. Gives the enchanted creature +2/+1 in first strike. But again, I think right now I'd rather focus on just taking some great creatures and fleshing out the combat tricks and removal when the time
How
comes.
have we drafted poorly already? How's that, like, we just got a couple of mono white creatures. Not that bad.
Alright, Awakened Amalgam. Power touch equal number of differently named lands you control. Probably not taking that.
That's an interesting card,
like,
though.
here's a second Martyr of Dusk, which is probably the way we want to go right now.
We just play, like, a white weenies deck?
Well, we want to be the white aggressive deck. Like this dude, Raptor Companion.
Just
This is a 2 mana 3/1. Absolutely, get in. This is the life we want to live, kids.
There's also... So are we gonna keep...
Well, no, and that's the thing, right? Like, so we're still in pack 1. There's also a pack of Ixalan at the end of this, so we may find that we end up in another color at some point along this journey. But right now, like, our white stuff seems super strong. We have a bunch of fairly aggressive creatures. What we're going to need to focus on is some good removal and finding some ways to push us into the late game.
So is our better removal in red or black in this one? Or is it like a cat, like... So.
It's a little both. So red has some cool burn spells that can go both ways. Here's a Sun Sentinel.
No, there's...
We don't have a ton of vampires yet, so that's not super... I mean, we have a couple of Martyr of Dusks. Another Sun Sentinel's probably fine. We can make people discard cards, which is always great. There's this wall, which isn't what we wanted to be doing in an aggressive deck. I think I just want this Sun Sentinel here. Like, so far, our white cards look really good. And this is where we don't... So, like, here's where I think...
We've wheeled at this point, right?
Yeah, and this is the pack we got. This is where I think we take something like Tillinolly's Crown. I could see an argument for taking Grasping Scoundrel here. Again, it's super aggressive. We could play white-black. There's potential that we go into this red-white dinosaur deck and we take Tillinolly's Crown, and it's just absolutely the greatest card.
I think we're fine. I think we got enough support for it right now, because...
Yeah, we can probably take Tillinolly's Crown here. Like, not most of our stuff just isn't randomly dying to the 1 damage.
Yeah.
So we take the Tillinolly's Crown. This Horncrest, I guess. This dude's pretty good. He has Death Touch if he's fighting a dinosaur. But yeah, I think, like... I think I'd probably rather have Dinosaur Hunter here, actually. We're not hard in either one of these colors yet.
I mean, if nothing...
There's another Everdon champion, which I'm totally cool with. Recover, return it to our hand, drop card. Yeah, I think, like, what I want here is this Everdon champion. Hey, here's this Famished Paladin back. Also, we could take Moment of Triumph, which is just an insane way to blow somebody out.
I think Moment of Triumph would probably be better for us versus trying to do the vampires.
Well, the thing is, we do have some incidental life gain with 2 Martyr of Dusks, and we have... I think this is actually the guy we want. He's a 2 mana 3/3.
So if nothing else, we just use him as a blocker.
Yeah, let's just get this merfolk out of here, I guess.
And the other merfolk.
Let's just end up with a couple of merfolk.
Seems
There's
good.
a swamp.
Seems alright.
So our last couple of picks were not what we were actually looking for. But yeah, we have the ability to go into black or red with some decent cards in both. Waiting for our opponents to finish their last picks.
All right, so what do we got?
Zitalpa Primal
the big
Dawn,
one.
you say?
The big one.
Well, we wanted to play white stuff.
Do we want to take it just on the instance we get that far?
I mean, that's really hard. I
think the first question is there anything else that can help us?
We could take Impale if we wanted to go into black. Double black is a little hard with no current fixing. Legion Conquistador is going to fetch us, like, our Famished Paladin, our Martyr of Dusk. So this is a pretty interesting card. No, I'm sorry. Legion Conquistador is the wrong card. I was thinking of something totally different. Moment of Craving is a removal spell if we want to push into this black idea some more, which is totally doable. Again, Impale. This is like a little board wipe.
Well, because I had taken a little note from the last time we did this. Most of the cards that we wanted wheeled. So I don't think anybody in our pool is doing what we're doing.
So, I mean, what you think we just take this as a Talpa here?
Yeah, just so we have like a finisher.
For sure.
Oh.
Profane Procession. So this is a really slow way to remove creatures, but it totally works.
I mean, you wanted to potentially splash blacker that.
Forerunner of the Coalition lets us search for pirates. There's another Raptor companion here, which again is pretty aggressive. I don't see any removals, so I almost feel we kind of start needing to think about this.
I mean, that would be our second color then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and then we just play this guy. So yeah, we could play a Profane Procession. So there again is Golden Demise.
There's another Snubborn.
There is another Snubhorn Sentry. We have a lot of creatures at this point, though, and very little removal. Additionally, we could cut this Black Splash, and I see, like, Sun-Colored Raptor. There's this Silverclad Ferocidons if we want to try to play Dinos, which is totally doable. Yeah, I think that... I mean, since we're in the mode of taking big flashy rares, let's just take this other big flashy rare and cut these black cards. And then I say that, and we get white-black fixing.
Cleansing Ray.
This guy doesn't... None of these really do a ton for us. Yeah. So this is where it gets rough. Like, so I think we take this Forsaken Sanctuary.
There's another Silverclad.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the second thing we want. Each creature... That's not something we really want to do.
What's the other white guy over there? The 3/3.
Send Glorifier. When it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 on another vampire you control.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of a cool mid-rangey card.
There's another Martyr of Dusk.
There is another Martyr of Dusk.
Yeah, Tikura in the chat just happened to mention that. So
yeah, there is this other Martyr, and I think that's probably the option we want to take here.
I don't think anybody's playing white, so I think we might get those to wheel.
So we could take this Sky Marcher Aspirant, which is a 1-mana 2/1, which is as aggressive as we want to be. And then if we turn on Ascend, it also gains flying.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
There's also this Raptor. If, again, we wanted to try to play this Dinosaur Splash. I think right now we're just cutting both of those. I think we play this Aspirant. Hey, look.
Another Snubhorn.
Yeah, I think we're, like, trying to play go widey stuff right now. So let's just take this other Sentry. There's another Snubhorn Sentry. I think what I actually want here is Forward of the Empire, because that lets us play this Red Splash pretty easily. You make us Treasure, which I don't know that I care about. I do. We're gonna need some mana fixing, so I'll probably take this Erazka Relic.
Yeah.
Because in the late game we can just sacrifice it, gain a little bit of life, and draw a card if we have the City's Blessing. Which I feel like we're gonna be able to turn on Ascend pretty easily. We have a bunch of low drops. Again, this Tilonali's Crown, I have a feeling this card is gonna be really, really good, just because we have so many little. We have this Famished Paladin, we have this Snubhorn Sentry, so we can just make these really, really aggressive threats really quickly.
So now we're going to our final pack already.
I think 18, 24... I think there are a couple of cards left in this pack. Yeah. Gains Vigilance as long as you control a dinosaur. Like, I don't really want that. We could also play Strider Harness. I don't know that that's, like, everything we want to be doing, but we can give some stuff haste, and it's pretty aggressive.
I don't think it hurts anything. Because we just plant this and I know we're just, here's our giant dude, equip, hit you. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The Strider Harness feels like it's probably going to get in.
Possibilities. So do we have any, like, silly, nutty cards that we could get in our last couple cards?
I think we're, like, on this Sun-Collared Raptor, maybe? We can make it a 4/2 with Trample pretty easily.
Do we want that, or do we want the other Snubhorn Sentry? Because that would put us at... Like, in the rare world of drafting, we finally have a place that, like, nobody in our pool is playing the colors we're playing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's in white at all. There's this Erazka Raptor, which is totally fine. Another Snubhorn Sentry.
She's just all white weenies plus red.
Yeah, like...
And
a
another
second Strider Harness.
And an island. Or plains. I can read cards.
Basic lands. Like, I think that this guy is just way off right now. Raptor Hatchling, you say?
Okay, so this is the
Ixalan pack.
So we get.
So like Raptor Hatchling seems great. When he takes damage, we make a 3/3 with trample. So like that seems pretty strong. Dual shot is a way to kind of turn on Silverclad Ferocidons because we don't have a real way to do that right now. I think I just want the Raptor Hatchling though. Keep our curve low and aggressive and just out of nowhere throw these bombs if we need to.
Yeah.
So Raptor Hatchling seems pretty good.
Like I feel if we go long enough, like having that silly haymaker at the end might just be enough. Like both of those guys.
I don't know if we want to play a 7 and 8 drop though. I think what I'm really looking for is extra removal right now.
Yeah, and we're gonna need
because we're gonna need. Like we're pretty close to where we're at right now.
I say if we're gonna play even one of those, I say I would play the stupid big one.
Because that Zutulpa is such a bomb.
Let's see how the rest of our
Unfriendly Fire is a card we want for removal for sure. 5 mana instant speed, deal 4 damage to target creature or player. We can also just use it to get our opponent. Slash of Talons is okay. +3/+0 and first strike until end of turn. Like combat tricks are interesting. This might actually just be better.
Just because we are playing so many weenies.
Just because we're playing so many low-costed creatures and we can just be super aggressive. So yeah, I think I want that. I want to cut one of these Strider Harnesses so far, I think. Ryle, Buccaneers. Yeah, that allows us to continue being aggressive and just punish our opponent for not being aggressive. Hammer Skull seems really good here. I think that's probably our pick. That's silly. There's another combat trick. Unknown Shores is mana fixing, which we might actually just need.
The art for that is so good, too.
But this 2-mana 2/1 with haste. I think we just need the mana fixing though.
Yeah.
Like as much as I don't want to take lands here. If you control a dinosaur, it gets 1/1 until end of turn. That seems.
Yeah.
How many dinosaurs do we have though? We've got a bunch of Snubhorn Sentries, a Raptor Companion. We don't have a ton actually. I think I'd rather just have Hijack. Hijack seems kind of brutal.
Yeah, take your stuff, hit you with it.
I think Hijack is what we actually want here. Like cut this other Strider Harness. There's another Raptor Companion.
And there's just a 3/1 with flying.
Yeah, I think maybe we're just red white dinos and we cut this Famished Paladin.
That seems like a fun.
Double
Rage Runners.
Double Rigging Runner.
Oh, Rig Runners.
If you attack,
I can read.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like our guy right there.
Just see if both of those wheel.
I think we'll just take the one, like, easy.
Yeah.
And then if the other doesn't, like, no big deal. It's just a really aggressive creature. We don't want to be doing any of this. So I think we want to... We're not really targeting anything. I guess we'll cut this dive down because it blanks our Hammer Skull.
There's another dual shot.
Another dual shot.
I think that might be fine because that gives us some against some of the early game stuff.
It's totally possible that that's fine.
Because it's 1 mana we can deal with either 2 guys or 1 small dude.
Slash of Talons is probably where we're at here. You're attacking, pay 4 life, gains indestructible. That's not where we really want to be. Target creature gains 2/2 until end of turn. If it's a vampire, it also gains first strike.
I don't think we're running a ton of vampires now, especially.
We've got 3 Martyr of Dusk.
Plus the tokens it makes.
Well, yeah, plus the tokens. I think I'd just rather have extra removal, though, and take the Slash of Talons.
Okay.
1 damage to each creature. To target creature you control, and it gains trample until end of... Like, that that has the potential to be interesting, especially if we end up playing the Silverclad Ferocidons, which I don't know that we are. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot of... I guess we just take the Ryle and hold on to it in the event that we need it. Enters the battlefield, it explores. That's a little slow for what we're doing. All of these are.
I guess we take the. I guess
we take the Buccaneers just because it has haste.
Yeah.
Quick creature does damage to a player. Make a treasure. Like,
I mean,
sure. None of these cards seem like what we really want to be doing. There's a blue card we're totally not playing, and there's that island you mentioned before.
Okay.
So we need to...
I still kind of want to run the stupid big thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, like... Right now, we're not super hard in red, and I don't think we need to be.
I mean, what we do have in there is good. For the most part.
Sure.
Here's the thing, is if this game sits there and durdles and then we just go, yeah, we can cast this. Here, answer this.
That can hang out. How much of this do we actually need to be playing? We can probably cut one of these Martyr of Dusks, seeing as we have 3... Everdon Champion allows us to just continue being super aggressive. Raptor I don't think is actually that aggressive. I don't think we have any reason to play Ryle. We're not playing anything within range.
The hijack is kind of nice if someone else does play a fat thing against us.
Yeah, we can just take it.
Just
and then...
mine, hit you back. What do you got?
What else? I can probably cut one of these Snubhorn Sentries. We don't need to play a bunch of them.
Why not? We're just gonna sit there and just keep playing one card after another.
It's true.
Like, getting the Satan's Blessing is not gonna be hard.
Not really, no.
Because we got what, 7 aside from the Snubhorn you
but
just
cut. But if we're gonna cut one, like, I'd rather cut that than a Sky Marcher Aspirant, because I'd rather have the flyer that just lets us be aggressive regardless of the board state.
Fair enough.
I mean, can we just be mono white and be okay with it? And then we take, like...
The harness and the relic.
The blade.
The blade seems, if we're going to do mono white, the blade seems good.
I mean, probably we have, like, 0 removal except this 1 slash of Talons.
Can we put...
So what if we cut this harness, play the relic, the Unknown Shores, and the Forsaken Sanctuary, like, we could splash for this Profane Procession, which just lets us exile their creatures and eventually just take them. Like, that's probably fine.
Yeah, Terry, I think we can get away with 18 lands on this because our curve is so low.
Easy. In limited like this, and we're so incredibly aggressive. Like, do I want... I don't even think I want a swamp.
I'd put 2 in there.
I guess I'll take a swamp. Well, the only thing that we're playing that needs black is the Profane Procession. And the reality is the only reason I'm going to put 1 in is because if there is the new land destruction effect, so if somebody pulled one of those in their Ixalan pack, like, we don't want our 1 Unknown Shores to be blown up. It's the same thing. And then just, like, we don't want, like, our rare, like, super hard to come by black sources to just get wrecked.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think that 18 is we got 17 lands. And that's probably fine, being super aggressive with this just giant one thing. Sure, run it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get...
We mono white, boys.
I think we're gonna get to play that at least once.
We mono white. So, I guess let's go straight into round 1 and see what mono white aggro...
I mean, if
with the big dino looks like in limited.
Yeah, and I mean, if we need to, we can bring the red stuff in too. if we need the red for
I would
whatever.
love to go first. How did you know?
That's
a super slow
yeah.
hand. This looks much better.
Yeah.
I'll absolutely keep this. We probably need to top that.
Alright, so yes.
So then we want to make
Our
this
Vigi, our
Sentinel.
2/2 Vigi. And you just go right into Relic.
Well, Relic. I mean,
Like the second we turn it on, he's gonna have a bad day.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We're getting really close already.
We only need 2 more permanents after what we got, and we're gonna drop both of those snub horns right off the get-go. How does it feel to fight mono white weenie dinosaurs?
So, but this is the inherent problem, like, right? Like, how do we beat this flyer? Land, Dino,
So we need 1 more permanent to get blessing.
Dino.
Yeah, we need 1 more permanent to get. Giant dino wieners everywhere!
Okay.
And about to get real frickin' feisty. But I mean, as soon as we turn blessing on, those snub hordes just crash through.
So, but the problem is, like, that because we're playing 0 removal, target opponent loses 1, you gain 1, that's fine.
Okay, you just tie up the game.
And, like, he doesn't really, like, sure, he can attack with that, but I don't know that he wants to here.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He
And
doesn't sound
that city's blessing,
Um,
which means we can actually use that right now because we get to draw a card out of that.
we do, and I think that's exactly what we want to do. We just crack this and draw a card.
Gain some life. Hey, more dudes.
And we just crash him with a whole bunch of 3/3s.
Your face, my snub horn. Say hello.
And then, like, we're super okay with trading this Martyr of Dusk for that.
Yeah, because we just
Skymarked
it just
Bloodletter.
turns into a token.
Yeah, and then we just get to kind of gain a little bit of life.
So, yeah.
Like, he's kind of in a pretty bad position right now just because we have a board full of 3/3s.
Yeah, we need a few. Like, I think, yeah, the pressure's there now.
For some reason, that is not showing up on the actual screen. So this is the City's Blessing kind of indicator.
You gonna hit us back? We gonna play the aggro game?
Oh.
I mean, I think that's smart because
Oh, it has flying.
yeah, it
has flying.
I think our opponent is white-black vampires,
And that's probably fine. Like,
but I mean, but we have a much bigger board.
enters the battlefield, exile target creature. Okay. Sure. Like,
Okay, well, a little bit of game
he wants
lag.
to exile one of our 3/3s, which we're totally okay with.
Is it just gone for good?
Yeah, and then if we blow up Baffling End, we just get we just get a 3/3 green dino, which is fine.
I don't think we can get it though.
No. So, and again, this is like the inherent issue with us playing mono white right now. Is that we just don't really have answers to stuff like this.
So do we just keep hitting? Well,
I
no,
mean, I
'cause-
don't think we really can because the inherent
Yeah,
issue
we have to
here.
wait. We have to wait for him to swing at us.
Yeah, like he needs to crack in with this, and then we just need to like alpha strike him, and I don't know if he's gonna do that. Because if we swing on him right now, we just throw away
so many
bodies.
dudes. Yeah, and all of his like that lifelinker's not getting through. Obviously.
No, he knows he can't punch in with that vampire like at all.
Kind of just doing the math in my head now because it's like the one flyer we do have. It's like, okay, what are the odds of getting there? And it doesn't look very great.
Well, like we're actually not.
No, we're
We're
like,
at like 6 mana, so we're not super far away from casting Zapalta. There's just no real reason for us to right now.
Yeah,
He's gonna crash in with this 2/2 again.
yeah, it's gonna be 2/2s for a while.
Yeah, like he's gonna play it safe, and he's gonna crash in with this 2/2 flyer and leave back the giant lifelinker, and that's for sure. Like that's what you do.
But I mean, at the moment we're in the driver's seat
I would say that quite easily, yeah.
because the minute oh,
And then we blow up. He blows up another 3/3. Okay. Ouch.
it did not need that.
We can probably cut a land here, guys.
Yeah, that's
This is 7 mana. Mind you, if we do that one more time and then just top deck Zapalta, I think we kind of win.
yeah. Here, please block with your lifelinker. See how that fares.
Well, I mean, we eat his lifelinker in first strike damage, and oh,
Strider harness.
okay. This is gonna go where?
Probably
On
on
the other-
on his one aggressor right now.
No.
Oh,
We're
trying
gonna
to
toss on this 4/5. You say? Okay.
Now he's Yeah.
Sure.
So now we crack. Yeah, we're gonna have to crack back here.
Yeah.
aren't we?
Now we just swing back because we can, and there's no reason not to.
Yep, that hurt. So what do we?
And then he moves it to the vampire, which is something we're totally okay with. Hey.
I mean, it's another dude.
It is indeed another dude.
It keeps us on the board state.
I think right now we just swing.
Smash. Yeah.
That's fine. Like, he's going to gain a couple of life, and we're going to take that vampire token off the board. And then we're going to play this paladin and just keep being as aggressive as we can be.
Yeah, I guess this was the issue you were worried about, where it's just like, yeah.
This is the problem with mono white. Like, we didn't get any white removal or anything like that. Like, we don't really have a way to deal
I
with
mean,
this
yeah, we have the
flyer.
slashing talons and stuff like that, but it only deals with like the sky mark.
It doesn't. Well, yeah, it's gonna deal with the bloodletter, but not this guy, like ever.
I think we just need the
The enchantment. Oh, and a lord, you say?
Oh, so he's firmly.
He's black white vampires, which again, it's a really strong archetype. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
That is a valid point. We could bring in red.
Oh no, we totally can, and
Yeah,
that's something
that-
I'm really thinking about. Is do we just bring in red post board?
Because think about what if we could hijack that right now.
Yeah, he'd have a bad time if we just stole that thing, untapped it, gave it haste, crashed in.
Well,
Well, I think we just die to that anyway. We can't push enough damage, so I think we just
go to game 2 and
Yeah.
bring red.
So we cut this, we cut this, we cut this prying blade, this Forsaken Sanctuary, the swamp. We bring in
Yeah, Sell the Wreckage would have helped a lot in this.
Settle would have been
Yes,
absolutely
us.
great.
Settle
Settle would
would've-
have absolutely wrecked him. That one, Sure Strike. Probably just want this Raptor Hatchling.
Just because he can grab. Do we want the dual shot?
That one. Maybe? Like, I can see the argument for it. I do need to bring in 1, 2, 3, like 4 mountains. So then we need to make a couple of cuts. Actually, we want to bring in this guy too.
All right.
So we're gonna cut this one, a Martyr of Dusk. This Famished Paladin.
I just look at that relic and go, that is one of the dumbest.
Doesn't really fix our mana, but it's gonna get us up here.
Oh yeah, we probably should cut 2 of the planes, just so we're not, because we don't want to get mana screwed again.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out, Terry.
Could actually probably cut 1 more and
just because we were a little
rigging runner.
Just really go the aggro route. Just 1 2s and a handful of 3s.
Yeah, I mean it's totally plausible that this is just the way. It was actually 17 T-Core, but I think that even 16 is going to be totally fine. Keep.
So we
this is not a good hand by any stretch.
But we do have one of our few retaliation spells.
Our opponent was excited that we could hit Ascend so fast.
Turbo Ascension.
So we're gonna play his planes and say go.
Now, Slashing Talons doesn't kill the one that got us last time.
No, not ever.
Because that was a 2/3, which could be problematic.
Sun Sentinel.
I still don't like I still don't like the idea of the format where it's like, yeah, 4 mana, good kill spell, and I just go. I remember the days when Doomblade was like a good thing. Oh, speaking of which, there's another vampire. So we hold Slashing Talon? Or do we go for the Relic?
I think we swing first here and see what he does.
Oh yeah, because then you can just in response, Slashing Talons, no.
Well, no, because it also does blocking creatures.
Yeah.
So if he decides to block, okay, which he's not going to. Then I think we just let this be. We don't need the mana from Relic right now.
No. Like, we want to hold up Slashing Talons regardless, it seems. Just to have it.
Yeah, T-Core, we didn't find much of any of the white removal. And here is the Vampire Lord.
That's going to die. That's going to get the slashing end.
Okay. We'll just take 3, let him gain 3.
I do want to apologize about the cracking noise from my cans and that. I was up super late. I've literally slept most of the day. I've only been up for a handful of hours. Eat, sleep, play Magic and video games, and stream. End of discussion.
You don't say.
So where are we at?
So, the interesting thing is we just drew a Snubhorn Sentry. Which, I mean, I kind of want to play just because it kind of stonewalls him a little bit.
Yeah, because none of his dudes fly right now.
Correct. And then we can crash in here.
And still do the combat trick if necessary.
And of course, I don't think he's going to want to trade here.
No.
Why would you?
If he could probably hedge his bets that there might be a Slashing Talon in our hand. Because we're so heavy and white. You can kind of take a bet on it. Excuse me.
Oh. Vampire you control. Okay. Yeah, that's big.
I don't know if he's actually going to hit with...
He would be kind of silly to swing with that Legion's Lieutenant, to be honest with you. In response to trigger, I want to Slash of Talons this.
But
I'm going to block it with our 2/2.
Okay, so you're going to stack it up so he doesn't... Just to kill it.
Yeah. Because the thing is, if we keep letting him gain a bunch of life like this...
It's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, even if we do get aggressive, we're never going to get anywhere with it.
I mean, there's also a world where we can just we find the hijack and just turn around and just take his shit.
Yeah, but we want to steal something like Sanctum Seeker.
Yeah.
Not this little lifelinker.
That gives us a little time.
Okay, so I want to play the Smarter of Dusk.
Play the relic.
Play the relic. And then say go.
You need 2 more to make a blessing, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And we've got the mountain in hand.
So you just need
a non-land permanent off the top.
Because I don't think any of our removal actually kills that Sanctum guy. Sanctum Seeker. I don't think any of our stuff kills him. So it's a little bit of a pressure.
Just take this here. There's no point in risking more bodies when we're trying to turn on Ascend to get someplace. Bishop of the Bloodstain.
Oh.
Target opponent loses 1 life for each vampire you control. That would be 3. So we're getting there's a lot of aggression going on right now. Don't know how I feel about it.
I mean, he got like a good. Well, that gives us the ascend.
There's this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do we just
I think I want to leave this relic right now, because the thing is, like, we're not gonna die to his swing.
And you can just turn around and crack back.
Well, not only that, because the thing is, like, what we really want right now is, like, Zatalpa off the top. And we need mana. So I think we just let this happen.
Yeah, we need 2 turns at minimum.
Which we can totally do, because we block one of these things with Martyr of Dusk. And make this lifelinking vampire.
Yeah, this... Like, a lot of these cards are interesting, but... I've known so many...
Baffling End, you say.
Oh, yeah.
What are we targeting with Baffling End? Probably this Martyr of Dusk? Oh, the Snubhorn Sentry.
Sure.
That's actually something I'm okay with. Like, that's actually something I'm totally fine with. I don't know if he was thinking about, like, Alpha striking me with the Legion's Lieutenant. Oh, he was. He indeed was.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no world in which we're dead here, man.
So block everybody but the well, you probably trade with the Lord.
I trade with the Lord, then we block the Bishop, I guess. And, I mean, we're taking 4 either way, so... Yep, that'll do it.
Yep, we just lost to a stronger archetype, that's all.
Cool. Well, it was close.
Oh, wow.
Finds Raptor Hatchling.
Yeah,
we weren't getting anywhere anytime soon. Alright.
Well. Oh, well.
On to match 2, where hopefully we can confuse our opponents again by going from mono-white to red-white.
I think that was just the one, like, that was one of the few scenarios where we just didn't have the proper cards for it.
Well, I think we passed the ability to play black quite early, and we probably shouldn't have.
I think that's just a subject of the draft environment itself.
Is play black?
Well, no, just because it's like
all right. There's our
a good removal is a 4-mana spell.
Well, there's some other ones too, but like, okay, what do we look like here? Hey, Zatalpa.
Do we want to try it?
I mean, we may as well.
Snubhorn, whatever else we draw.
Yeah, like, this Zatalpa's gonna stick in our hand for a minute, but I think, like, this is the start we want to just kind of, like, let that happen.
Yeah, like, we needed more of, like, slashing talons for better removal stuff.
There's actually, was it Divine Verdict or something of the nature?
I didn't see. We didn't see that.
Hey, there's
there's that.
There's the Profane Procession that we currently can't cast as well because we have not found the way to find our black mana yet.
Oops.
Well,
happens. I've got to, and yep, another
white black.
Is this another vampire deck?
No, this is like the thing is white black is just really strong in general. Okay, there's that one.
I think you're when he's probably gonna try and swing. You're probably just gonna let him through, aren't you?
Yeah, there's no point in blocking right now. Like that 3/1. If we start finding anything, we can start just making a bunch of permanents and turn on Ascend and then just eat this thing.
Yeah, just goodbye.
Well, bye Zatalpa. It was nice knowing you.
Maybe he doesn't take Zatalpa.
I think you take Zatalpa here. Like, he doesn't see we're anywhere near black mana, and it's a bunch of mana to activate this thing. So, like, this is such a slow process. Yeah. Oh,
nope.
He takes Profane Procession.
That's what I figured.
See, I think that unless he's sitting on a handful of removal, like, Zatalpa's probably a bigger problem for him.
Let him make him that mistake then. Yeah, and it's a fair point, Tikur, but unfortunately we just didn't commit as hard as we should have.
And we're just gonna draw runner lands, kids. Runner lands.
Where are we going with this?
Well, luckily, everybody, the good news is here that even if we completely fail out of this one, we have the ability to do another one, and we very well intend to.
Yeah, like that.
So 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're like 2 land draws away from Zatalpa, and like we actually just want to be doing other things.
But yeah, we also have the potential to do a Momir Vig Vig match as well.
We could absolutely do some Momir Basic at some point today,
which would be hilarious in my opinion.
For those of you watching that aren't familiar with Magic the Gathering Online and aren't familiar with Momir Basic, Momir Basic is a format where you have this card called an avatar that you can activate on your turn and once per turn. So this particular one is for Momir Vig. So Momir's ability says that. Oh, good God!
I think we're gonna get to cast him at least.
So Momir's ability says that when we activate it, we activate it with a certain number of lands, and then we discard a card from our hand, which is always going to be a land in Momir Basic because your entire deck is lands. So then, for as many lands as you tapped to activate Momir, you get a creature with that converted mana cost. Could be absolutely anything.
Also, just a fair one. I may kick that lamp out of his head because our
we're getting a little dark. Yeah.
Yeah, our green screen's getting a little funky.
Bear with us for just a moment. We're gonna turn some lights on because we're playing in the living room in the mid-afternoon, and
this is not plugged in. Okay. God. Break the immersion for a second.
Sorry. 1 second here, chat. We were playing in the living room in the middle of the day, and unfortunately what has happened is the sun has gone down, and now all of our natural light is a no-go.
How's that look?
So, let's see. This is a little better. It's still a little dark, but it's not too bad. I think we're okay. We're not gonna... Hey!
That's fine.
6. There's my own raptor companion.
Aha!
I too have raptor companions! And...
There we go. We're back to normal.
Something like that, T-Core 2. Something like that. 7.
Ugh.
So basically, our game plan here is...
Drop this enormous...
Make it the next 2 turns without dying?
And drop this insane rap.
Okay. Yeah, and then drop Zatalpa on them and pray it's good enough. I don't think it's going to be, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So I think this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we actually have to block here. So I think what we're going to do is block this one and then block the 2 vampires. There's no reason for us not to. And this is where the anthem effect comes out and we get blown out. Nope, you're just going to let that happen. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that life. There's another flyer there, which is not what we wanted to see here.
Jeez.
Taking 6 in the air next turn. Not cool. Well, but we're not dead.
Raptors!
We're not dead, chat. We're not dead.
Doesn't that turn on Blessing as well? Isn't that 10?
7, 8, 9, 10. Sure is.
Hey! That's a little better.
Yeah, this is a little less bad. However, we just need any land off the top. Well, no, we need an untapped land off the top because we do have that black tap land. So we need anything but that off the top. And then we just cast this Zatalpa. Which puts us...
We're kind of almost to that point where it might not be enough.
Yeah, I mean it's a little sketchy right now.
But I mean, you could trade with the Lord, which lessens the damage. You could still trade.
I don't know if he swings with the Lord. Like, I think it would be he's gonna crash in. Crashes in here for 6. We go to 1, and we need.
Does Zatalpa have haste?
Zatalpa does not have haste. It also does not have lifelink, like it should. So we might just be dead to. We're just dead to this. Yeah. So, once again, we super lose as mono white.
Now we transform!
Yeah, let's take out that, take out this, Snubhorn Sentry, the Paladin, Swamp.
2 lands and then bring in everybody.
You, Forerunner, Hijack, Tillen Ice Crown, Sure Strike, Raptor Hatchling.
I'm almost starting to think that the white red would have been stronger to start with.
1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm gonna cut another Plains, and cut one of these Martyr of Dusk. Break this in. Anything else I just don't really like here? Still, I think I actually want that, and we're going to cut this Sky Marcher Aspirant. Just because we can actually, if we get to Forerunner of the Empire, we can just find Snubhorn Sentry off of it. Where we can't with the Sky Marcher Aspirant. Do we want... So we're going to cut this Everdon Champion, bring this Raptor...
I mean, yeah, but I mean, for the pile of cards we do have, it probably would have been better to start with red-white. Just because it does give us some interaction.
Yeah, I'd love to play first. What's this hand look like? Sure, why not?
Champion on the way, Snubhorn Sentry off the get-go with a retaliation.
See, the other cool thing is that Champion's going to stop any... Like, Champion and Snubhorn Sentry are going to stop any real early aggression, because Champion just can't take combat damage at all.
It's like, I don't lose, shut up!
That's the nice thing about having these Everdon Champions, is it just literally cannot take combat damage. So, puts us in a much more,
Hey look, it's the Spaghetti King!
Commanding position. Good day to our spaghetti overlords!
Champion. What up?
There's this Everdon champion.
Now, it doesn't cost you any points to do Moment Basic.
Not. Moment Basic is a completely free format to play. You do have to buy, if you are interested in Magic Online and you want to play the Moment Basic format, it does cost $10 to get into. That $10 gets you your Moment Basic event deck and the Moment Big Avatar.
Yeah.
So the Moment Big Avatar and the pile of basic lands cost you $10. After that, it is completely free to play. And absolutely silly. Hey, that's a vampire that we can block forever. That's cool.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at this, like, the scope of our draft pool. It's like, I'd rather just, for our second one, do a Momer.
Hey.
Smack Skull?
I think actually what I want to do right now is make this relic. And then just pass. Because when he swings in, we can double block. We can Slash of Talons to get this off the board. And he just can't kill anything with either of these with his damage. Because Everdon Champion cannot take combat damage. And Snubhorn Sentry is a 3 toughness creature. Okay.
Also, with one more permanent we can... Of course, with one more permanent we can play, we can also... if we draw like another Snubhorn Scout or Snubhorn Sentry, we can also get to... Yep. No. We can also get to, City's Blessing.
Yeah,
because we go land, like a 2-mana dude, then the Territorial Hammer.
Hammer Skull?
Yeah, and that
Tillinelli's Crown, you say?
That would do it, wouldn't it? Because 3... Yeah, that would give us Blessing to the City.
1, 2, 3...
Here's this other dude. Here's this Hammer Skull.
Hammer Skull.
Gonna give Snubhorn a give him a little sharper tools to work with.
I overtapped for that. That's okay.
Oh,
that's fine.
So then I guess jeez, 2 mana. Here's my 0/3 turns into a 6/3. How does life feel? Get him. Pop.
Attacking for 8.
Well, that's one way to crack back.
And then next turn we can just swing with his Hammer Skull as well, and then tap anything he does play, or maybe he doesn't play anything at all.
Oh,
4, 5, 6. No, we're 2. We do just definitely crash in here.
And that puts him on a 1-turn clock. It'd be kind of interesting way to do the Momer, by the way.
Correct. Correct, Menace Pirate. That artifact does also gain 3 and let me draw a card. Oh. However, I'm much more interested in using it for mana if I wanted to cast that Giant Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Which is where I was at with my life. I wanted to cast a Giant Dinosaur.
You'd be an interesting way to do the Momer thing. Subject it to a dice roll. Just grab like a D8. Reroll on it. Well, no, even just...
You can go all the way up, man.
I mean, yeah, because...
I have Momired into Draco, which is the largest creature that you can Momir into.
What, 16?
16 is correct. We have to draw Red Source eventually, right? Keep! Sentry into Martyr of Dusk.
I was just thinking an interesting way to put a spin on the whole Flottery concept. Because just like sit there and just...
Yeah, Flottery is definitely the most interesting way to play Momir.
Yeah, so... For those who are probably a good explanation for those who are not aware of.
So there is a group of YouTubers from Canada named Loading Ready Run, and Loading Ready Run have pioneered this beautiful way to play Momir Basic, known as the Flottery, or the Phage the Untouchable Lottery. So the deal is, Phage the Untouchable is a 7-mana creature that says, when it enters the battlefield, if it was not cast from your hand, you lose the game. And when it deals damage to your opponent, they lose the game.
So the only way to avoid this fate is by finding Platinum Angel, which is also a 7-mana
So
that just...
the joke of the Flottery is that you and your opponent don't use the Momir avatar at all until you get to 7. And then you just chain 7s. Now, the first person to hit Phage the Untouchable will, by default, lose, unless they have already hit Platinum Angel, in which case they have a 4/4 flyer and Phage the Untouchable.
In which case you just lose. Your opponent loses.
Probably just loses. I wouldn't say it's a for sure thing, but your opponent probably just loses.
Plus there are other silly things like the giant that gets bigger every time you play a dude. What am I thinking?
Hey, look.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Who am I thinking of?
What's up?
The giant that gets a +1/+1 counter when you play a dude for its power and toughness. I forget which one.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
Brain cannot do cards.
This is a 3/3 with menace, you say? I think we'll just let this happen this one time. Yeah, I don't think I care enough about that this time.
So
I don't think I care enough about that right now.
Hamelback giant. Yes, thank you, T-Cure. Yeah.
Hey, got there.
Filter.
Make red. Here's a raptor hatchling.
Here's my pissed off hatchling.
Here's a raptor hatchling. Would you like to continue attacking? I want to make this into a 3/3 dinosaur. I really, really want to make this into a 3/3 dinosaur. Are you gonna let me?
I just want to imagine the interaction. Like, vampire comes along, kicks this little baby, and all of a sudden here's this 3/3 looking dino. Like, the fuck you just do, boy? Oh, okay. I goof. So where is... We're almost a Forerunner as well. To a degree, if you're not doing Flottery, you can get away with some other weird things.
I think I actually just want to put both of these dudes in front of this.
And
I'll make a 1/1 lifelinker and a 3/3 dinosaur. And, like, ultimately that's better than what I'm currently sitting on.
yeah.
Zapalta really wants to party, but never gets to.
It's sad. Like, I want to play that thing. I just want someone to just go, plant this 8-mana dude. GG.
Yeah, sure. That's totally fine. You can make your guy into a 3/3.
Unfortunately, every
okay
time
with
the
that.
vampires have just been stronger.
What do we got here? Yeah, you want to make your lore into a 3/3. I totally get that. Let me show you why I don't care. We need to find a couple more lands. In a real bad way. Hey, there's a mountain.
Well, you don't have to filter anymore. Hey, you can just go straight into...
No, Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah, you don't have to filter anymore.
Red. Bam.
There you go.
This guy. Always yield. What do I want to find here? I think I do want to use this ability, and I need to figure out what I want. Companion. Like, it's probably the Raptor Companion? It could be the Hammer Skull to just, like, start really putting it to him, but I think it's the Raptor Companion.
Just because it's a 3/1, you just
Well, yeah, just because then I can start stonewall. Like, I can start stonewalling his attacks. Yeah, it's probably just Raptor Companion. I can start doing that too with Orazka Raptor here. I don't want to attack right now. Yeah, vampires have a ton of synergy T-Core too. It's honestly probably the best dark type in Limited. I've watched a few drafts now, and Vampires is really, really strong. The red-white dinosaur deck that we didn't quite get is pretty good, but not as good.
This format,
Just not
this
as
format
good.
just needs a freaking lightning bolt again. Like, for all seriousness.
I think I want to take 4 here, unfortunately. Not that I really want to take 4, but I think I'm just going to. Because I just want to start resolving dinosaurs onto Forerunner of the Empire.
Because, like, how many of the guys that we've lost to where we could have easily just single red bolted it away?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt is a sorely missed part of Standard. Menace Pirate Merfolk is pretty good. Its biggest problem is that it doesn't have any removal, so you have to draft the perfect Merfolk deck for it to be that great and limited, and it's just too hard to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't make both. I think I want to make this 3, 4.
Seems fine.
Make a red.
Yeah, because you get a lot of the more common fish pieces, and on top of that, now you get the new Lord. That just seems
yield to this trigger. I do not want to use this ability because I don't want to kill my vampire, and I'll just say go. Yeah. Like, we're just making his attacks worse and worse here.
That's a funny one, T-Core. Coco Merfolk.
And you probably could T-Core too. I know a lot of the builds right now are still playing Aether Vial just because it's allows you to save your mana to do other things too. But I really see that there's absolutely potential for a Coco build that just gets ignorantly explosive so quickly. Sure. You're gonna give a guy +1/+1 in Menace. Yeah, you would be foolish not to give that one +1/+1. Okay, what are we doing here? We're just crashing for 3 in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're a little ways off Zetalpa yet, of course. Nope, I can't block your flyer.
Interesting way to go about that, I suppose.
Now you have the City's Blessing, and you have a 3/2 flyer, which I'm not super hot on the idea of.
You really want to see us play that giant dino, don't you, T-Core 2?
4, 5, 6.
You really want to see the giant dino.
We're getting there.
Like, both of our decks, us and our opponent have gone very wide with this. The problem is he has flyers at the moment.
Well, his biggest problem is he has a Lord. That Lord is not nothing. No, yeah. I absolutely don't want to use Forward of the Empire's ability. Like, there's a very real world if we just die to these flyers. We just don't have a way to deal with them that matters at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're just... If he gets to do that one more time, we're just dead to it. There's a Legion Conquistador.
Yeah, so...
Madness Pirate, I like Baneslayer Dino myself. It's just the big dinosaur keyword salad. That's what I'm going with.
Ooh.
6.
I don't think we can do it.
No, we needed one more land to be able to do that.
And I think we just lose to the Flyers.
We certainly do.
Oh, well.
We certainly do. But we're already in game 2, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so before we go out, let's confuse our opponent real hard.
Flunge! Everybody sideways!
679. Opponent's going to make a bunch of blocks.
What do you...
So we're not doing so hot this go around.
So we have one more match after this.
As it turns out, Madness Pirate, he did indeed know the math. T-Core 2, it wouldn't have actually mattered, though. We just actually weren't getting anywhere. Like, our best hope, if we bought another turn, was to just play this Silverclad Ferocidon onto a basically empty board. Or a board that didn't matter. And we could exile one of his flyers, but not get rid of anything relevant. We weren't getting to Zatalpa anytime soon. It just wasn't a world that we could actually get anywhere in.
Yeah, if you let me out for a second, I gotta... Drinking 3 cans of...
Tigger, so I'm fully aware of how often you are and are not a dink. You are more often in the R camp than the not camp. So, question for our Twitch chat and for the YouTube comments that will follow later. Are you interested in seeing us play constructed formats on this stream? We do have the ability to play a few constructed decks. We could absolutely put together a few more if there are constructed formats you're interested in seeing. Pauper is a thing we can do already pretty regularly. So if that's the thing that people are interested in, let us know in chat, in the comments, and we'll see what we can make happen. In the meantime, let's do some more stuff. Madness Pirate, I don't have a strong urge to play that deck, mostly because it's terrible.
Which one has come up in discussion?
Post-ban Teamer Energy in Standard.
Yeah, no,
that deck was not good when it was quote-unquote good. I really don't want to play it now that it doesn't have a Let's Toys. Well, play this Raptor Companion, I guess? It's true, T-Core.
Yeah,
we could do some interesting things to make some Rogue videos together. I don't think anybody here is opposed to the concept of us partnering up.
It's just, yeah.
Madness Pirate, I think that is a partial function of the meta being very unstable right now. Thunderherd migration, you say. You showed me an Ancient Brontodon. You want to ramp. Okay, so you're playing the really slow dinosaur deck. I might actually have a chance here.
Interesting.
Oh, Abzan. Interesting.
I mean, yeah, we could also do, like, the against the odds kind of deal.
Absolutely, we could. So I want to play this Prying Blade. And then I want to equip this Prying Blade to this Snowborn Sentry. Because I'm going to make
A treasure
some
token.
treasure tokens.
Treasure!
And we're going to start making a whole bunch of treasure tokens all over the place, all willy-nilly like. Tigor 2, Rogue Modern is also a possibility. I know that you and I have a kind of well-kept secret format on here that we are both kind of keen on as well with Penny Dreadful. So that's also a very real option.
Penny Dreadful would be a really cool way to do that, too.
Okay.
Because part of it is
this, and we're going to play probably actually the Relic. And then the Martyr of Dusk. Hello, friendo. This is my 4/3 dinosaur friend. Have you met him? Would you like to?
That sounds a little disgusting, Madness. Blue-White Gifts was Azor and Baneslayer Dino.
Madness Pirate, I've been thinking about playing a deck that runs Azor in the Baneslayer, or Azor in the Gift Shell. Less for Gift itself, and more because I want to play Azor really bad. And the formats I play traditionally, Azor is not necessarily great. Okay. So I think that I would be interested in playing Azor in a blue-white control deck for standard at some point. I would just really need to come up with what I want to do with it. Okay. When it enters the battlefield, you make another 3/3. Okay. So we're having a 3/3 party. That's the moral of the story, kids. We're having a 3/3 party. All right. Can we get... You know, this is the one time I wanted to see that giant dinosaur, and they're not going to let me have it.
Because you just got all the mana to do it.
Oh, absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could not cast it right now, but I could cast it next turn.
Come on, game. Let us top deck it. Show it to me. I guess just put Everdon Champion out.
I think I just want to swing with his Snubhorn Sentry, and then I can play Everdon Champion and equip the Prying Blade.
Plus, you'll get one more you'll get another treasure out of the deal.
Unless he wants to trade a dinosaur, which I don't think he does.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think he just wants to randomly trade his dinosaurs off like this. Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he just wants to randomly trade his dinosaurs off.
Trade some dinos.
That's okay. I'll eat your dino, and then I will play this Everdon Champion. And then I will equip this Everdon Champion with this Prying Blade. And show you the potential to eat your other dinosaur. Because this cannot take combat damage from other said dinosaur. Madness part, I would be interested in getting together for some test games at some point. And playing that deck because that seems super interesting. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, make a treasure. Okay.
So now we both
make you can revel in riches, because I promise you that you're not gonna like the world you live in with that one, man.
One time.
Off the top.
Oh.
That's not the dino we wanted.
Oh, well.
That's not the dino friend we wanted right
It's still a good dino, though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think...
Don't you just crack it with Everdon? Because it doesn't matter.
I actually want to put the Prying Blade on the Martyr of Dusk here. Because then if I crack in, like, sure, we get treasures and stuff, but I also get this token, which is something he's not getting here.
Fair enough.
Any replacement body? So, yeah, if you want to make this trade, like, I'm totally cool with it. And he doesn't. So I just get a free attack, and I get to make a treasure. And then I get to equip this back to the Everdon Champion. And then I think I just want to crack this.
I think you're more a little familiar with that because I'm not sure about Jade Light Rager.
Okay, so we're talking like a counter style deck.
Okay, that's what it does. All right.
I don't need to do this right here, and I don't think there's really any reason for me to. Like 3,
tokens
4, 5,
counters
6,
for days.
7, 8. I can just crack this Roscurl like randomly, but I don't really need to. When it is dealt damage, make a 1/1 Saprolan.
Fine?
Okay. Fine, I guess?
We gonna trade some dinos?
Let's see what happens here.
We gonna trade some dino.
I don't think he's gonna do that. It's just not in his benefit. I want to crack this, I think. I want to see if I can pull that Zapalta off the top.
Come on! This harness.
Strider harness isn't
that's
really
another
what I'm
equipment
after.
to toss around.
Come on! I think actually what we want to do is 1, 2, 3. Play the Strider harness.
Harness.
Harness to Sentry.
Do we just not want to swing here?
I think I absolutely want to swing. Well, I guess I don't need to swing.
No, we can just
There's just no real reason for me to do that. I can just trade with the Armasaur. My thought was that if I put the Prying Blade on the Armasaur, or on the Sentry, I could try to push some more damage. But at this point, I think he just
well, we just sit back and wait. Because if he swings both, we trade with one and we kill the other one. I'm mostly arguing because I want to play big motherfucking dino. Like, this is our best shot to plant that thing one time.
And Pious Interdiction. Enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, it can't attack.
It's a pacifism.
Okay. That's inherently fair. We kind of asked for that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that Prying Blade's probably going to go to the Martyr of Dusk.
More than likely, just because that way we can still stonewall the 3/3 dinosaur too.
I think we might have to take 1 hit though.
From the 3/3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So combat. No. Okay. I think that's probably a better target for the blade.
Maybe?
Or we give
this.
No. Pestilence all over Papa, everywhere. Nobody likes it.
Okay.
Especially when you're good with it.
2, 1. Actually, this is an interesting thought. So I can move this Prying Blade over here. And then I can move this Strider Harness. And then I can move this Strider Harness again post-combat. So this thing has Vigilance. So I can crash in and offer
the block.
Offer to let him trade away something. Which I don't really think he wants to do. Oh, he does.
Okay.
You don't say.
You don't say.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll eat that dinosaur. That's something I'm cool with.
Good boy.
You get a treasure, and then I want to put the Strider Harness back here.
Ride the big down to victory.
And then I can block this again.
Like if there's ever a world where we want to play that giant freaking dino, now's the time.
Yeah, like this is the board I want to resolve that dinosaur onto.
Come on. How many cards we got? 25. So we have 1 in 4% chance. We have a 4%
so about a 4%
chance.
chance. Okay, so you make a 3/3 that explores. That's fine. Okay, you can explore. Emissary of Sunrise, you say. So you're going to put a 1/1 counter, and you're going to keep it on top. Because you want to make an army of 4/4s. And I can't say that I blame you.
Which one did he what was the one that he named?
No, you don't name anything.
Oh.
Alright. Another land.
Come on.
Great. Okay. I think that I can start getting aggressive here. Because I have the ability to shift all this equipment around all the time, forever.
Won't he just trade, though?
Which is fine, because then what I do is I just shift the equipment to the Martyr of Dusk. Yeah, so you're going to take 5.
You're just going to shift all your equipment to the Martyr?
Yeah.
Will that trade with it? If he explores, he can't explore again, right?
Correct. He just gets the 1.
Okay, so we'll theoretically... Yeah, we'll make it big enough to trade there, and then we get a token back, which we can re-equip with all the stuff.
For sure. And
When did this turn into an equipment deck?
Yeah. So,
when did that spin around?
The moral of this story, the dinosaur card he has on board is Sunrise Seeker, and then the other one that we just killed was Overgrown Armosaur. Ooh. Board wipe. Okay. That's less good.
But you get to flip the token, though.
I do get to make the token. Which isn't something I'm, like, super worried about this red hot second. But, like, this is where I really need Zetalpa off the top.
Yeah, because this is going to hurt.
Yeah, he can just crash in here with, like... Oh, okay. You're going to swing with the token, too.
I mean, it's only 5.
Yeah, I'm not really super worried about it because what I can do is just put the blade and the Strider Harness on this token
most of the dudes that we could draw, just it doesn't matter.
What do we got? Emissary of Sunrise. 2/1 first strike. Explore. Okay. So you're like Abzan Dino Explorer.
Interesting. Cleansing Ray.
That I don't think is good for us.
Uh-uh.
Well, hold on. Oh, enchantment. Okay. Go to end step. That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a pretty good one.
Madness Pirates asking about if we can play Pauper later. What do you think?
There's potential. I do have a couple of decks put together on here that we could absolutely play. We'll just have to see what happens.
I mean, it's either that or Momer. So Momer, I think, would be hilarious just to watch things fly out of the ether.
So this is my 4/4.
Hi, how you doing?
And I think I want to tap your Emissary of the Sunrise, so that if you're going to block at all, you must block with
Your 4/4.
Your 4/4. So we trade them off.
Aha! You have Delver, don't you? You have a Blitz deck.
I have Is It Blitz built put together. Unfortunately, it's not the perfect build like I would like. I am missing a couple of things. What do we have here? 5, 6, 7. I'm probably going to.
Oh, ow!
This. And there's no point equipping that right now. Doesn't actually do anything for us.
Come on! Where's...
Madness Pirate, to answer your question, I do have Visit Blitz put together. It's not the optimal version like I do play in paper, but I do have it put together on here, and I could play that. I also have the white-green Hexproof or Bogles deck, which I can also play.
Bogles would make people feel really... come on!
Just all of the lands. I guess there's no point in not equipping this Prying Blade now.
Do we just sit back and wait at this point?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, all of his, like, he
The
can
Emissary
beat us with that.
But it's not really a threat.
But if he attacks with that, like, we just crash in with this 3/2 with lifelink.
Yeah, so it's not a threat.
Not really. We can just stonewall it. Like, we can negate its damage. So, it depends on the particular Delver deck, Madness Pirate. So there's, like, the blue-red... Okay. There's the blue-red Ninja of the Deep Hours kind of tempo-y deck. Against that one, I've heard people having good luck with things like Affinity, things that can just play a lot of cards and outrun the Delver deck's counter magic. It really just depends. We're gonna take this. This is where we really want Zatalpa. Yeah, Madness Pirate, I think I know who you're talking about. And the blue-red Delver deck, it's hard. Because it depends on what the shape of their opening hand looks like. Oh dear. This is bad news. Well, we've kind of stalled out, kids. Yeah, the mono black decks with playing Thorn of the Black Rose are just built to destroy Delver. Pestilence decks have a really good time against the blue-red Delver deck. Just because the Pestilence decks can do things at some really awkward times for the Delver player. It's really, again, it depends on the shape of the Delver player's opening hand too. If they've got the hand that's a pile of counter magic, it can be very hard to beat.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we just take 6 here. I don't see that we're in any real trouble of dying right this instant, and we have this life linker if we need it.
And I mean, on top of that, there's also, well, Ninja is Ninja is one of the best ones in the aggro category, isn't it?
Ninja Delver. Well, the thing is, Ninja Delver's more of a tempo control deck.
Because I've been always more partial to Thermo Delver, the burn version.
Right.
But that's because I like throwing Thunderous Wrath all the time.
You lose 2 life unless you control their pirate.
Yeah.
I guess you're losing 2 life?
Yeah.
No. Oh, no. Dinosaur Hunter is indeed a pirate, so he does not lose 2 life.
I don't know if we're going to develop... Yeah, I don't even know if we get away with it this... Really?
Runner lands, kids. Yeah, I think we just say go, and then we have to block something with this vampire and hope for the best. Tigor, most of them, yeah, because most of them are playing Spellstutter Sprite now, which is kind of the big interaction that those decks want. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I have a feeling it's going to be this 3/2 first striker. I have a feeling.
Well, we didn't quite...
No, it's this 3/3 trampling dinosaur.
That might...
5, 6,
yeah,
7,
that
8.
might just that might just be it.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
13, 14, 17.
Yeah.
And well, hold on.
Hmm?
Can prevent 3. Gain 3. 6. Yeah, if he swings full out, we are just dead.
Yeah.
I don't know that does it. I think he needed to attack with that Saproling.
Alright, so who do we get?
If my math is correct, he needed to attack with that Saproling.
So who do we block in this scenario?
This Fathom Fleet.
Just go for the exchange?
Well, because what happens is we also gain 3 life.
Yeah.
3, 8, 9, 10, 13, minus... Hold on. 3, 8, 9, 10, 13... Nope, that's still lethal.
Yeah, sad face.
Alright. On to the next one.
The one time we really could have casted it.
Strider Harness, this Prying Blade, this Forsaken Sanctuary, 1, 2, this Swamp. Sentry, nope, Sky Marcher Aspirant, Paladin, a Martyr, and then this guy, this. Hatchling, Runner. Add basic lands, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What were my other cuts last time? Probably a Sentry, and actually we'll cut up some other planes, since we seem to flood out at all the worst possible moments.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll play first. See if this is any better. Sure.
Anything T-Core 2 makes. Period.
There are some really interesting rogue brews floating around actually right now. I've seen... I guess there is a hybrid combo control deck playing the what they call the acid trip, or the reality acid shell, which is a control shell in its essence, and that one mixed with it's kind of this reanimator combo with a newer white common. That deck is actually pretty interesting. I've seen slivers being played in like 4 and 5 colors now. That deck is pretty interesting.
Slivers?
Slivers in 4 and 5 colors gets kind of weird.
The
2-color sliver deck is a pretty big staple of the format, but adding all these weird extra colors is what's kind of unique about it. Familiars is not something I would consider top tier. It's more of a rogue build. That deck is kind of interesting.
Yeah, because from playing
2/2 with Enrage, whenever dealt damage, put 2/1 counters on it. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, because from playing things like Dinrova Horror Combo, it's
T-Core, that enchantment control deck is pretty legit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, with playing things like Denrova and that, when you start grabbing more than one color, it does get a little weird. Because Denrova, for those of you who are not aware, Denrova is what's called a Tron list, where it uses the Urza lands to make lots and lots of mana really early, but they just got to the point where they're splitting their colors so many ways, it's kind of lost some of its,
Well, they're 5-color now.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm experimenting with just a mono green build, and it's like, if I'm gonna play Tron, I want to slam fatties. Like, I've known this from Legacy, I've known this from Modern, and it's just like, I want to slam giant things.
T-Core 2, that reminds me that I do need to put together some sort of Dimir control build to play. Thank you for that.
That's blue-black, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the one that comes to mind for me is Angler Delver.
Madness Pirate, I've been considering strongly Affinity. I'm also personally very up on Bogles and Is It Blitz because they're just so fast.
Your white metalcraft is that thing has just so much resilience to it. It's almost because I've actually I've been fortunate enough to pilot that deck, and it's just like, what do? You have to have like a very stupid artifact disruption package to do it. You need like Gorilla Shaman or something to deal with it.
Swing with these men. Sure.
Arguably, I'd say that deck is a little more that deck has a little more long game than Affinity. Affinity just wants to go fast.
Affinity, but the thing about Affinity is that it actually has 2 game plans built into it. It is a go-wide creature deck, while simultaneously having a combo finish. It can play a very, very quote-unquote fair game, just playing creatures and things like that.
Or then you get the Atog Fling.
Yeah, or the Atog Fling or Atog Temur Battle Rage plan. Either way is totally fine for that deck. Yeah. I say, do you want to swing with that one? I'm okay with it. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not quite there, but we're gonna get there.
Now, what does that guy do? Because I've seen him a couple times. I haven't had a chance to read that card.
So he is an 8/5 for 7 mana with Enrage. Whenever he is dealt damage, each opponent sacrifices a permanent.
Oh.
He a big boy. He a real big boy. Okay, so I want to swing with these men.
What net deck? People
that don't really play on Pauper, do you think they'll bring? So the thing is that a lot of the Pauper metagame is very diverse. So I think that whatever you see showing up, that'll be the big portion in these GP side events. However, I do think that there will be some amount of older style Pauper archetypes that aren't quite as prevalent as they once were. Things like Stompy, things like Mono Black Control. These are all things I think you have to watch out for regardless, just for the simple fact that these decks have been such staples of the format for so long that I don't think people really know what to do without them in the format. So I think those will always be around, just kind of regardless.
Yeah, like you'll always see a Tron build somewhere, just because of the fact that it's the equivalent of big mana decks, like Post or...
Yeah, there'll always be some kind of Tron variant
Yeah, like
around.
Post and Legacy and that. Like, you'll always see somebody trying to play big mana, silly spells.
1, 2, 3,
myself in particular being a very big fan, seeing how Card Liberate is probably still my number 1 Planeswalker.
Well, we're almost to Ascend, so this Snubhorn Sentry can almost attack. And we're a couple of mana away from casting the Silverclad Ferocidons, which is something we probably want to do in this matchup. So, yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. Well, we don't swing with those anymore.
I mean, that's not...
That's Ascend.
That's not wrong, Madness. It's not wrong at all that people just... 5, 6. There are always going to be those people who do go for the net decks immediately.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Some of these people who are, especially the ones that are very, very new to the format, are just going to gravitate towards what they know. And what they know is what they're showed online. And that's totally fine. Like, that is how T-Core 2 and I both got into the format. But that said, there's so much more of the format to explore. At our local game store a few weeks back, I definitely hi Nine Dinosaur. I definitely played Acid Trip, which is
That was ignorant.
a blue white control deck that hasn't really been in the format in a very long time.
Well, yeah, because once things like Blitz kind of showed up, it's like, well, Acid Trip's just not fast enough anymore.
It all stems back to them printing Peregrine Drake at common. But the reality of the situation is, I don't think the deck's not viable. The deck is still very viable, but it takes a very different kind of pilot than it used to.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make this Nine Dinosaur attack me? Nope. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like every deck,
that's
like
fine.
every deck, a lot of decks could just be good, but they do take certain pilots to run.
Here's this relic.
Like for instance, you've always told me that I'm a big aggro guy just on the outside, but yeah, I can sit back and play things like Tron just fine.
Here's this really cool board stall, kids. Let's see what happens.
So it's like sometimes every deck can be good, every archetype can be good. It just takes the right pilot to do it. Like I would not be able to I probably wouldn't do very well with Acid Trip.
Acid Trip is a very, very difficult deck to pilot. I'll say
agreed.
that. It's not. I think I just want to crack
this. Yeah, it's not like Blitz where you just pick it up and go, throw my hand on the table, here's a bunch of spells, hit you with a giant thing.
That's not what we're looking for. Neither is that.
Are we back at... Yes, we are. We're back in giant dino territory.
Yeah, we have all the men in the world. The biggest problem right now is that he has this giant 9/9, and to get through that...
However, it is a vanilla 9/9.
It is indeed. However, what we actually need to get through that 9/9 right now is Tillinali's Crown, which we don't currently have. Oh.
All creatures get -2/-2. Uh-oh.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has the City's Blessing, so it's just our creatures that get -2/-2. Sure. Okay.
And we get a lifelink. Hey!
I mean, yeah, that does a thing.
That doesn't help us.
Not particularly.
Just hold it up to make it look like you got a combat trick.
Basically, at this point. Well, like I said, what we're really looking for is Tillinali's Crown to put on this Silverclad Ferocidon. Because if we put the Tillinali's Crown on this Silverclad Ferocidon, it's a bad time for him.
Alright, catch you later, Madness.
Good to see you, Madness Pirate. Hopefully we will see you around again soon.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have much going on for him.
No, and he's just sitting back. There we go. That would also do it.
That does something.
Because that puts the 9/9 down. That puts the 9/9 out of the way.
That does.
Now, does it not untap until the next untap step, or is it just tapped for
It's
our
just
turn?
tapped for our turn.
Okay.
But that's probably good enough, because the thing is, if we swing in with absolutely everything like that, like, it just puts him in such an awkward position. Like, he has to lose
Is that lethal even if he blocks...
No, he has to block the Ferocidon.
And
he does.
And because we're at 23, it's like, well, doesn't really matter to us. So we just go and then turn around and hit him?
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I really would like to see at this very moment is Tillinali's Crown.
Or Giant Dino, because he probably just scoop.
I mean, maybe? Unless he's got something for it, which is totally possible. Oh.
Where do we go? Oh.
Boneyard Parlay. The opponent separates them into 2 piles. Put all cards from the pile of your choice into the battlefield under your control. The rest into their owner's graveyards. Okay, what are we choosing?
So he's about to go super
An opponent separates them into 2 piles. Okay.
So we give him like 3 and 2? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's probably going to be like 3 and 2.
I want to give you this. And this.
Because you could just tap down Everdon Champion.
Yeah, like
I think he's probably gonna
I don't know what I want to give you.
No, make
it's
I say that's
this.
probably that's probably the best one. So
it's the Fact or Fiction dilemma, but with stuff in people's graveyards, which is not awesome.
And he went with those 2, which I think is fine.
Which makes a lot of sense.
I think that's fine. Knight of the Stampede.
Yep. Which he probably wants to keep.
Doesn't swing. And we get our own. Welp. Hey.
That's
Here.
also an Everdon champion, sir.
That just makes it even better. Because we just leave Everdon up, use Hammer to tap it down, go in.
Yeah, I think... I want to swing like this.
That's what I figured you do. Because, yeah, then you just tap down his giant 9/9. Oh, so yeah, he still got his 4/4 to block with. And he's gonna get a plant token.
For sure, but I think that he's almost obliged to block this 8/5.
I keep forgetting that has an 8 stapled to the front instead of anything else. Because that's a lot. So... Yep. So we're going to trade there, which is fine. That dies. Oh, double block. I take it you're going to kill that.
Yeah, because the other one actually can't take combat damage.
Fair enough.
And then I'll get through for 3. That's inherently fine, I think.
It's an interesting world to sit in.
Yeah, it's... Okay, so first strike damage happens. Then we're going to do some things here, which is okay.
So, we sack a permanent.
Nope, no. He sacks a permanent.
Okay, so he loses a thing.
Which he's probably going to sack like that Sapperling or a land or something. He's got a billion lands.
What do you sack?
Oh, a swamp.
A swamp.
Which is exactly what I would have done in his position.
Yeah, because
The thing is, we can now fog this 9/9 all day long.
Yeah.
Like, without any real remorse. And he's going to crack in for like 3.
Sunseeker, so...
Okay. We're back into that world of Zetalpa off the top, please.
We gotta do it once. There's Knight of the Stampede.
Make his dinosaur spells cheaper, but he doesn't have anything in hand, so I'm not really afraid of that at the moment.
It's only a 2/4, and we're still at 26. We're at 23.
Yeah.
Like, the only one we're worried about is the giant 9/9, and it can't do nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't even bother swinging here. Of course. No point in swinging here.
Come on, Dak. We're sick of this bullshit.
We can never find the
He's
giant
been in
white...
hand every time we almost get to cast him, and now that we're here for the second time, we can't he's not there to be casted.
Yeah, unfortunately that seems to be our luck, is that we can't manage to find the giant flying dinosaur when we want it.
The giant flying dinosaur of doom.
It does look like he's going to give us the time to do it, though.
That'll work.
That's a start.
That's
Orozco Raptor is definitely
He's a thing.
something.
Excuse me. So, combat. What do we... Nope. Combat Drago. We're getting land again. So what do we...
It's okay. We don't have that many lands left in the deck at this point.
Yeah, so we were at
16 lands.
We're at like, a 6% chance to draw it? I know normally people don't do percentages like this. Cause it's
something like that, but the reality is, like I said, that if he just gives us all the time in the world, like...
Well, on top of that, we're
going to find...
Sure Strike. Combat Tricks.
Is that actually any good? That's not even any good right now. There's no point in doing
it's a good... Yeah, it's a...
That's what we want when we find Zetalpa. Like, that's what we're about. We just want to Sure Strike Zetalpa.
But doesn't he get Double Strike anyway?
That's true.
So you just
we give him another 3/0, which makes it another...
Yeah, you give
6 points of damage.
Fair. Oh.
Yeah, you make another 4/4. That's okay. I'm not upset by this.
No combat. Nope. Come on. Another creature. That's fine.
Sun Sentinel. Yeah, we can, like, at this point we can just kind of gum up the board until such point as we find Zetalpa. And then once we find Zetalpa, we're like in supreme control of the board. Unless he just has some random removal spell in hand he's holding for nothing.
Also, if he does swing, we can also just do the math real quick and... Nope. Riches.
Revel in Riches. Okay.
Sure. You can have more mana when you already have a lot.
I mean, I could really get him there. Yeah, that's fine
That's
too.
it? Is that gonna be it?
Everdawn Champion says, I don't care about you swinging with that.
Okay.
So, Everdawn Champion there, and then, like, Snubhorn Sentry over here. Actually,
Use the
oh,
light.
no, this is great. Yeah,
you-
so what we want to do...
Oh, watch your time, too.
Yeah, and then I want
just
to
noticed-
Snubhorn Sentry here.
Is he gonna try and push us to time?
He might, which is not a huge issue.
Oh, you're gonna use it to kill it?
Yeah.
Because it gets first strike, it wins. He only gets one Sapperling token, and we're back to that gummed up board state.
For sure, like, we don't lose
No more
anything at
advances.
all in this exchange.
No more advances! None! We're just kind of on Drago.
Pretty much. What we're looking for, like I said, what we're really looking for right now is the Talpa.
First card we picked, and it's the one we need the most. Come on! Another Sentry.
Make another 3/3.
Yeah, like we're matched for, we're almost matched for creatures. The only thing he has on us is time.
Gonna blow that up.
Rich's kicks.
He gets a treasure, which isn't something I'm super worried about this very instant. He wants to
We
swing
gotta
at a
get there.
9/9.
Like, come on. Block. Lifelink.
I'll gain a life. You can gain a mana. That's fine.
Another Sentry.
Yeah, that is correct, Tikor 2. Zatalpa no longer wishes to party.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate for us, because this is when we want that party to happen.
I mean, there's also where he just decks himself.
Like, I literally don't have to take a point of damage ever for the rest of my life. You can make all these treasures, it's totally fine.
We are up to a 10%, we're almost up to 10% chance of drawing Zatalpa at some point in the end of this game.
With our luck, it's going to be the bottom card of our library. I'm going to draw Zatalpa, like, as we're decking ourselves.
I mean, he'll deck first if he can't kill us. Oh, yeah,
That's fine. Here's the gum up the board state thing, but that's, like, inherently fine. We have a lot of life. Actually,
Do you just take it?
I don't think I can just take it, unfortunately.
Zatalpa! Come on, buddy. Oh.
Hijack this thing?
Mine? How does this go, then?
Swing with your 9/9 on you?
He's just gonna chump block it, though.
It's true.
Probably
Probably
use
with
it.
our Everdawn champion.
Nope.
Oh, good.
For you didn't realize it.
He wanted a treasure. For whatever reason. Is there like a win con? Yeah, if you control 10 or more treasures. I mean, if our opponent wins with Revel and Riches, I'm kind of okay with that.
So how many? Because we only need to get one hit in with our big dig, our haymaker, and we get it.
Right, but we actually have to survive a turn too.
Do we just take that one here, or
No, I don't think we can afford to take these, because then if he decides to alpha strike us, we're in a really bad position.
We need to top deck him now. We really do. I guess. Just replaces our dude. To the wire! That's the thing, because he can't do a full team swing, because if we count... I don't think it's not enough to kill us.
I think his whole gameplay now is the Revel of Riches win.
It's it's dumb. What is this?
All right. I think this is the hit from the 9/9 we just take. As weird as that sounds, you got to see her.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 16. Yeah.
Get you back a dinosaur.
Play your dinosaur.
He's going to play the 4/4 again. No, yep, there's the 4/4 again.
That's the 9 we take. There he is! Finally! Hi. How you doing?
This is Zatalpa.
This is Zatalpa. How you doing?
This is Zatalpa. You die to this.
Go. And we can very easily survive the full team.
Unless. Enters the battlefield. Target merfolk you control against hexproof until... Yeah, sure, fine. That's totally okay.
They have flashes?
Yeah.
Oh. So...
I think this is where he's going to try to go for some sort of alpha strike.
Let him. He is in Doomsday mode. He has 5 cards to choose from.
Yeah, and this is where we actually have to assign blockers and things.
But I mean, Zatalpa has to live. That's it.
Well, Zatalpa can't die because Zatalpa's indestructible.
So, trade that there.
The 3/4 here. The 3/3 here.
2,
2/2 on this 4/4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We win.
Yep, sure.
GG. Unless you got a kill spell.
Yeah, unless he has some way to not...
No, he need an exile. Yeah, you need an exile spell.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen it yet. And he's one shy for the treasure.
I'm on 3, you die?
Hatchling for giggles. Get him. Do you have it, sir? Do you have
Keyword salad. Can you beat keyword salad?
Hey,
we have to go to sideboards.
We got there. We got there, kids. That is one way to do it.
Moral victory. We're losing this match because we have like no time left on the clock. But moral victory. And there's Zatalpa.
Ah, you're a dick. We got to play the stupid thing. Are we just gonna play it out, or are we just gonna give it to him? Are you gonna try?
Oh, absolutely. I can put a Tillinelli's crown in the Snubhorn Sentry.
You think you can do it? You think you can do it in 1 minute?
Probably not, but we're gonna try.
I'm at the motherfucker! And Adam goes for the blistering play style. Get him! 1 minute.
Sure. That's right, T-Core 2.
Here comes the pain train!
Auto yields are in full effect. Yeah.
That's just it.
That's where we can't attack anymore.
Oh, it does 2 damage. It's not -2, -2.
Plus, it just give him an extra.
Yeah, give him more bodies.
However, I will put this raptor hatchling in front of it.
You're gonna fucking try for it, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I can play pretty quick.
This is the part of MTGO that I just can.
Cleansing Ray, he blows up the enchantment.
Oh.
That's fine. If he wants to crash in, like, I'll let him have a 1/1 and I'll get a 3/3, and I'm totally okay with that. Sentinel. I'm gonna get stuck on 2 lands. We are stuck on 2 lands, chat. Sure, you can have that. We're gonna yield through this turn.
Okay, so. Yeah, it's just where we just can't push it.
This.
I think he's just gonna wait it out, isn't he? Yeah, like there's literally no reason to actually kill you. It's just like I win by default.
So close. So close.
Alright, so that's...
Well, that's the end of League 1, chat, and we failed miserably.
So, so what do you think? We want to do the Flottery, the Pauper...
Well, I think what we're going to do first is we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, there will be more magic.
Yeah, because
what that magic is yet to be determined, but chat, there will be more magic. So, hang out for just a minute. We will be back in just a bit.